Okay, hello and welcome to your Programming in Logo course. MSW Logo is a freeware, so if you want to download this at home, you can. It's a really nice introduction to coding because you've got your coding window down here in the commander box and you've got your GUI, your graphical user interface on here. So for example, if I were to type in Google, graphical user interface is the Google page, and then if I right click and view source, then this is the code bit. In the same way, MSW Logo works on the same principles. So if I type in forward 100, it goes forward by 100, RT90, it goes right by 90, etc, etc. Then we abbreviate the forward to FD100, and we abbreviate right to right 90, left to left 90, back is BK100. This is all in your yellow booklet. CS is to clear screen. Then if we do pen up, and then go forward by 100, no line is drawn. And then if we do pen down and go BK100, now it's drawing again. If we type in PE, we put it into pen erase. So when if I go forward on 100, it rubs the line out. And then to take it out of erase, I put PPT, and then it's back into rock and rolling. Again, with coding, if you make a simple mistake, it will tell you. I don't know how to FD100. Suddenly it doesn't know how because I haven't put a space between the FD and the 100. So we must keep spaces and we must be accurate. Then if we're looking at page 5, a simple way to draw shapes that you want to draw. Now, what you can do is if I wanted to draw a square, I would type in FD100. And it would go forward by 100, then I would do RT90, it would go right by 90, then if I click on here, then I've got my square. Okay, then if I clear the screen, if I did FD100 and RT90 on the same line, then it carries out each command like that. But instead of me having to write that 4 times, if I type in repeat 4, RT90. What MSW Logo will do is it will repeat everything inside the square brackets. Must be squared brackets 4 times, which generates a square. Then if I wanted to make a triangle, if I type in repeat, I know that I'm going to have to go forward 3 times because there are 3 sides to a triangle. Open the bracket, FD100, and then the math that you have to do is 360 divided by 3. The reason for that is because the triangle will turn 360 degrees to draw the complete shape, and you're turning 3 times. So then if I do RT120, close the bracket, then we are there. Then if I want to do a hexagon, I change the 3 to a 6, and then I divide 360 by 6, which is 60. Oh, quick maths. And there we have a hexagon. Alright, so that is how you draw different shapes. If you want to cheat, well, not cheat, just get MSW Logo to do the maths for you. If you do 360 /7, what the blazes, I've made a mistake, hang on, clear that up. 360 divided by 7, then it does the maths for you. Okay, so that is page 5. Then moving on to page 6, what you've got is you have to complete the challenge shape, and then you have to write in the gaps to fill in the shape. So I'm on page 6 in your yellow booklet. If I just go back to here, I think it's this one here. Yes, here's one I've made earlier. Basically, I've replicated the shape in space on page 6 by following through the procedure. And then if I CS, so you can check your work is correct by actually writing into MSW Logo what you've written, and that is the other one on page 6. So that is nice and simple. And then on page 7, we're looking at how to do an ed_all. Now, an ed_all is basically attributing to a variable a set of commands. So if I wanted to draw a square, I know that I would type in repeat for FD100 RT90, then I get a square. But if I go to ed_all down here, what I could say is to square. So like in Python, when you add a certain thing to a variable, so square is our variable. then if I type in there, repeat for FD100 RT90, close the bracket, file, save and exit, very important. Then if I just type in the word square, then I get a square. Then if I want to edit that same procedure again, if I put a colon edge and I write here, oh my gosh, colon edge, it'd help if I could spell. Then this colon basically means that it's like putting an int or into Python. So you're telling the computer that the user can add an integer. So the colon says add an integer, and colon edge. So, and then the reason you write edge is so you can say where that input occurs in the formula. I hope that makes sense. So then when I type square this time, if I add the number 50, it's done a square with 50 sides. The reason for that is because I've no longer got an FD100 here, I've got an FD edge, and that variable is inputted there. So if I put in, oh yes, if I put in square 200, then I get a big square. Now this can be useful if you're doing more complex shapes. So where is my flag gone? I did have a flag around here somewhere. There it is. No. That's annoying. Bear with me. There it is. There we go. So this on page 7, we've got a flag here. I'll just click on that again. But then if I want to make a procedure out of it, I can add a to flag. If I go back to here, click on there, copy and paste that in, and then I go to flag, and then I type in end, file, save and exit, and then I CS. Then if I just type in flag, then it does the flag. But then I can add the variable into another procedure. So if I do repeat 8, oh gosh, repeat 8, open brackets, flag, just make sure I did it the way the book wants it, close brackets, and what it does is it repeats a flag 8 times going round in a circle. So the 3 main things you need to take away from this book is A, how to do the basic commands of forward, back, left, right, pen up is PU, pen down is PD. You need to then know how to fill in blanks to complete the challenge shapes on the screen, and then thirdly how to do an ed all. If you can do those, then you'll get full marks in the MSW logo section of your NW exam. Wonderful. So do carry on, complete the entire booklet. There's some really tricky stuff in there, but just be patient. Logo will tell you what mistakes you're making, and just crack on.